Welcome to OWAD. I am Sophia, pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue exploring ocean/industrial age concepts. And we have been coming across some big ones or like significant. I would imagine these concepts are what um, our humans hold in high esteem, from knowledge to synthesize, analyze, literature. And today we're going to talk about 美学, which is aesthetics. And aesthetics translated in Chinese, into Chinese as a beauty study. It's not about a beauty school, okay? It's not like a beauty industry today defined as such. Okay, it's not about how specifically mostly women makeup, nails and hairs and all that. It's not a commercialized version. Beauty here is the abstract sense of beauty. It's everything, including humans, how humans, um, I guess, present and also perceived, um, how humans appreciate what's beauty. And of course, it's kind of like, well, I spent some time in the fashion industry. Comes and goes, right? A taste got saturated. People get tired of it, so they have to recycle. They have to come up with new ideas. Because 美学, it got a fatigue as well. If you see something too much, you're going to switch away from that. So 美学 involves lots of, I guess, social psychology, and also neurotic neurology, probably even how we perceive, how we sense. Because some are acquired taste. That's how we have the expression, right? It's not, we didn't directly, like immediately, intuitively appreciate a lot of things. It's through learning, through exposure that we finally get it. Something like if I listen to music, something new to me, I may not appreciate it. But if I listen to it multiple times, and then I start to catch up to different things, and also in my mind, I can build the model of the music, kind of know what to expect. I already have a kind of a foundation. I don't I mean, caught off guard all the time. So when I can sort of predict, but also kind of pick up new things, that's for me my comfort zone to be able to perceptive to receiving beauty. And now we talk about 文学. 文学 is a study of text. 美学 is study of beauty. And English aesthetics, well, I guess it got its own origin from the Greek. But Chinese, when it was first translated by Japanese scholars, they almost just give you the definition of what aesthetics is the study of beauty. And I think that's such a like did a favor for the language users down the road. Because these are, once I saw this expression 美学 once, I already know what that is. I don't need to be repeated. Versus the English, I'm not sure, like English learners, so when I came across aesthetics, they saw it once. Would that clock in? Like they already permanently understand, remember, can talk about it? But 美学 did that to me. I know once I see 美学, I know what that is, and I can use it again. I don't have to make an effort to memorize it. It's not a new term. It's a new way to combining the terms. All right. 美学美. Okay, we have the lamb symbol, the three horizontal lines with this wedge. It's a lamb's horns and fluffy hairs. Two major lamb physical characters. And so Chinese, when they abstract physical object that we can all see, there gotta be a fine balance to keep the right detail and omit ignore the rest of it because otherwise it's overwhelming. You're not going to finish drawing the picture. And you need to consider efficiency as well. Efficiency and accuracy, these two have to come to a right balance. So lamb is one such great example. Two main features of how lamb look like, right? It's fluffy fur as well as the frontal view of the horns. And we have lamb on top of the concept of big. Okay, Chinese big is a relative term. It took me some time to figure out because we were born into this language and we use it every day. Didn't really put too much thought into what do you mean by big, right? And oftentimes, actually, people in real life ask that question, like, what do you mean by big? Like, what's your standard of big? Therefore, you can comment on something big or small, right? So this standard supposed to be between the the conversation, the speaker and the listener, they have a shared silent understanding of the benchmark of the size of things. And then when one say something is big, like it's a big event, okay, that gotta be kind of a comparison to something that's supposedly shared between these two. Otherwise, language would be inefficient. But it happens oftentimes because individual standard of things may be different. Each person is shaped by their unique exposure, experience to things. So my big may be different than your big, right? So, but we use such a language for convenience, I guess, in inconsequential situations. We just throw the word around without having to be accurate, without having to quantify things, right? We just say big. So Chinese express big in a relative term by pairing these two parts together and use this arch, which originally is this one horizontal thing. As you can see, the contemporary Chinese horizontal thing bind the two pieces together. So the result of this two piece bind together is guaranteed to be bigger than any of the original pieces. So that's how Chinese express big. In the same way, we express small by cutting, put something vertical line as a separator, separating the two pieces. And that's guaranteed. Individual resulting piece is guaranteed to be smaller than the original combined piece. So Chinese have that foresight to express the concept of big or small in relative terms. So here, when we say big, means bigger than usual, right? Whatever standard in our mind, paired with the lamb. Big lamb is a Chinese definition of beauty because lamb, as I guess in English and the Chinese both, as a sacrifice animal premium meat that represent purity, represent the best of what's produced, the meat quality, the best proteins on earth, okay, using today's popular term. So that represents the best ever. And then when we have big means quantity-wise, right? And the lamb means quality-wise. Both were on the good side because big in relative to small means abundance. And in the ancient time, it's not like today we have to have fasting or calorie constriction. Like that's the preferred thing. It's in today's context, but in the back then, when food security was not a guarantee, was not a given, have something lamb meat, big lamb. That means not only the quality of the lamb is the best kind of meat, it's big lamb. So this from food security, from animal sacrifice, that basic human survival instinct ingrained need point eventually to our sense of, I guess, well-being or appreciation of something. So that's our concept of beauty. Study we talked about it yesterday. Just a quick review. The simple version of understanding it is the bottom as a human child is the infant, pick me up position with a big head, And then this arch is a space, it's a shelter. So basically it's a school, children in school. And then we have two hands reaching from the top of the frame. That means it's not your hand. Your hand reaching from the bottom will look like this. So this is a Chinese specific to somebody else's hand. And if you're not that teacher, that means you hired some tutor for the teacher, because the ancient was no public school. It was private funded tutoring. And then this crisscrosses network of knowledge. So tutor hand knowledge in school to children. That's the whole environment process. The teacher and the learner both in the same picture. The second, more advanced learning is a kind of lifelong learning. We regard ourselves as the children, have the children-like curiosity. And in the environment, I guess, kind of controlled environment, almost you can imagine it as a lab work. Then this three finger represent some other hand, not human hand. Whose hand? Could be God's hand, nature's hand, divinity's hand that holds the secrets of what's going on with the world, and we try to figure it out. And this crisscross, not only knowledge of work, but the ways to think about this complicated world, to be able to think from different sides, to be able to hold opposing ideas in the same brain, to build up your structure, scaffolding, right? Scaffolding of understanding things, the framework of things, all that can be packed into the frame. And Chinese use this visual, give you quite a detailed instruction of what is learning. I would imagine if an alien landed on Earth, they look at this picture, probably they can figure it out. That means for humans, what learning is about. So together it means aesthetics. Here I put some, supposedly, I guess, mid-century furniture, which were very distinctive. And you can see it's costly to make. It's not just straightforward lines. It's elegant, simple, yet carefully calculated, crafted lines. And that's whole movement and aesthetics, traditions behind it to create such, I guess, museum level pieces, and that represent humans' refined taste in furniture making.